what's up you guys? I'm nerdy, I'm Nat. I am notably nerdy Nat. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are wrapping up week 1 for the NEWTS portion of the Magical Readathon by G at Book Roast. She created this whole thing. So back in April, you could have done the owls. I say you, me, anyone, whatever. So the owls are the 5th year exams and at Hogwarts, and the NEWTS are the 7th year exams. So I totally spaced about the owls, and I was also like totally immersed in all my SAT stuff. So needless to say, I didn't do the owls. So we're gonna break the rules just a little bit, and we're just gonna do the NEWTS. So for the NEWTS, you can choose a wizarding career that you want to read for, and you read the prompts for those books. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole explanation about this. You can check out G's description of this whole readathon in her own video. I'm going to link that below, and there's just a lot of details, and I don't have the capacity to explain it correctly. So the career I chose is Magizoologist, and I have my computer right here with the description up. So a Magizoologist is a person who dedicates their life to studying, investigating, and protecting magical creatures. It's a popular career with many subpaths. The majority of wizards decide to focus on a specific favorite species after a couple of decades of studying a broader spectrum of fantastic beasts. However, general Magizoologists are also highly sought after by many institutions. This is an occupation for those with an inborn affinity to animals, those who are not afraid of an occasional injury, and those who enjoy traveling. As a Magizoologist, you will find yourself traveling all over the world in search of creatures and participating in Magizoology expeditions with fellow researchers. As such, this might not be a particularly suitable career for those who wish to settle down or have recently started a family. You do not need to present Hogwarts certification at most job interviews for jobs relating to magical creature care or supervision, as most tests are very much hands-on. It is, however, advantageous if you have the below-listed grades to show. And then there's stuff about working at the Owl Post Office, a Dragon Keeper, Magical Menagerie, which is a shop in Diagon Alley. So it says key traits are care, gentleness, and perception. So I decided to become a Magizoologist because, one, I love to travel. Part of what I want in a job when I do actually get into the real world of adults is to travel a lot for my job. And I also just love animals, so this is the perfect career for me. There is no other reason, none whatsoever. Anyways, so the NEWTS I have to read for is I have to get an O in Care of Magical Creatures, an E in Charms, and an E in Herbology. So for the first week of the readathon, I did my Charms reading, I believe. I have my notebook right here. Whee! Here it is. I don't know why I put it so far away. So yes, I did my Charms reading. So you have to get an excellent, which means you have to read 2 books. So for my acceptable, I read a book with a gorgeous cover, which it was The Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. And then for the Exceeds Expectations grade, you had to read a graphic novel / comic / manga, and I read My Hero Academia Volume 2. Now, I also read Volume 2 for Jessie the Reader's Manga Monday Book Club, which you can also check out. It's super fun getting to interact with all those people, and he's going to be doing a video about it, so I'm not going to go too much in depth about it, especially since I want to keep this video and this series of videos throughout the readathon relatively spoiler free. I've been kind of bad about that in my last 2 videos, but we're gonna fix that, okay? So, starting with The Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. I loved this book. I could not put it down. I was just at the beach all week last week, in and out of the water, barely in the water, because I just wanted to find out what happened next. This book struck me as very Hunger Games like, and once I realized that, it was kind of hard to get out of that mindset of comparing everything that happened in here to the Hunger Games, because there is that old friend has a crush on the main character who accidentally started a revolution, though, well, more like accidentally became the face of a revolution. The revolution was already kind of there. It was just not as in the forefront of society for until the main character joined up and like gave it that spark, which that word ironically works really well for both of these books, because Katniss is the girl on fire and Mare, the main character of the Glass Crown / Red Queen series, Glass Crown, Glass Sword, okay, she has the ability to control electricity, so spark. Oof. So we're gonna ignore that little whatever that pun was. But yeah, I really did enjoy The Glass Sword, and I cannot wait to read King's Cage, because Glass Sword left off on this horrible cliffhanger. Now, there was one thing I did not really like about Glass Sword, is there was this major character death, and it just felt so anticlimactic. Like, I felt that character deserved a better death. Like, he didn't deserve death at all, but like, if you have to kill him, at least make it a little more dramatic. It felt so quiet, and I just wish there had been more to it. But I'm not Victoria Aveyard, so I don't get to decide how these books are written. I go write fan fiction in my own stories to get these dramatic deaths. Moving on. So, My Hero Academia Volume 2. It went over a lot. So there was, sorry, I had to check what my notes about My Hero Academia Volume 2, because I finished it yesterday and already I forgot what happened. So Volume 2 is chapters 8 through 17, and it covers Class 1As, the main characters of the series. It covers their first like training exercise, which is a 2v2 battle kind of thing, and it also covers their class president elections, which is surprisingly like mundane for a superhero a magic sci-fi based universe, which I kind of love, that little throw of mundane into there. And then it also covered this huge villain attack on the class during their rescue training at a facility called the USJ. Now, so for those of you who don't know, My Hero Academia is set in a world where people have special abilities, and the main character, Izuku, was born without an ability, but his main aspiration is to become the world's #1 hero, and the series follows his journey. I've seen the anime, but I've never read the manga before I started the Manga Monday book club that Jesse's doing. So it's kind of cool to just go back and see these refreshers, and also these beautiful panels of these characters that I love. because you don't really get to appreciate the art as much, I feel, the still art, because in the anime, because it's always moving. You don't get to like just look and appreciate. You have to pause the show, and then it's just pointless. So I'd like to include my favorite panel from volume 2 right here. My boy Bakugo. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Bakugo because of his fiery personality, and he's a bully. He's definitely a bully. But he just, there's a lot of character development for him throughout the series. So by volume 2, it's not there yet, but like at the end of like season 3, there's been a lot of character development. And I have also been reminded like how much trash I am for Kirishima and Bakugo, the ship. So I'm just like, my heart. Because like they're already becoming friends, and Kirishima is like the first person to become Bakugo's friend, and it's like, it's killing me. I love it. I love my little boys. So, that's really it for my first week. I did not read a lot. I have to read another 2 books for herbology to get Exceeds Expectations, and then I need to read 3 books for the Care of Magical Creatures exam. I need to get an O, and that's outstanding. So yeah, that's gonna be rough because I start school in a week, August 19th, and I'm not gonna have a lot of time to read, so I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna do Care of Magical Creatures this week, and for that I have to read a book that starts with A book under 300 pages, and a book with a bird on the cover. So for that, I know that I'm definitely reading Raven King, or finishing Raven King. If y'all remember my 14 books readathon, I started Raven King, but I never finished it. I read like almost all of the Raven Cycle series during that week, except for this one book, and I have not read like any of it since then. It's been a while. I don't know how I'm going to go back and remember everything, but hopefully I will. I have a terrible memory. So yeah, as for the rest of my books, you're gonna have to wait and see what I read during my wrap-ups. I might vlog, probably not, but I'm thinking maybe I will. We'll see. I keep repeating myself, don't I? Well, you know what? I'm done here. Alright, bye you guys. See you next time.